I remember, and I wonder if you do too, a period when this space began to get sharper and nastier. Some of the blogs became more strident, more ideological. It's part of the world that we're living in now, which we'll come to. But do you remember a way in which this pervasive technology, sometimes combined with anonymity, that shielded people, let them say inflammatory things they wouldn't say if their names were attached? Do you remember a period when that was beginning to seem troublesome to you?
So I don't really. So I suppose the blogosphere wasn't really what happened. It was the social networks where it happened. And I suppose the first thing you notice about social network is that you don't get this virtuous cycle of people desperately trying to get their thing linked to in the open web. Because when you write something on a social network, it's the social network's algorithm which decides who gets to read it. And so people may give you likes, and so you get, instead of having the hit counter go up, you get the like counter going up, and you get a sort of the dopamine kick from that. But one way of looking at it is just to say, well, the social network, the blogosphere was one system, the social network is a different system. It works in a different way, and it has different results. And one of the ways it works is it allows people to keep track of all their old friends and keep in touch with family, even if they're all in different countries. And so to a certain extent, it does wonderful things. But then on the other hand, I think some people will say, well, you can point at advertising. Because so long as you're actually paid for by advertising, so long as at the end of the day, the people who last out, the people who are actually generating content, who are either writing content, who are writing programs that generate content, those people, when those people, they are in the end, in fact, rewarded just by advertising, then even if they are sort of innocent kids in Venice, Macedonia, the famous case where during the Trump campaign they had various websites, they would tweet things, point to the websites, and they found, and Google Ads was rewarding them. And they would just, they would keep track on the wall, not of how many hits they got, but how many dollars they got from Google, and Google would reward them for engagement. And they found they got more engagement if they put things which weren't actually true. Yep. So they were trained. It wasn't their fault. They were parts of the system. They were trained by the Google Ads system. And the guy on a BBC interview, one of them said, Hillary really wanted Trump to win. Yeah, that was that was the best headline. I more or less, have a Mercedes which I can buy on the basis of that headline and things like it. And it's the art he was very proud of the fact that he trained all the local school kids to be able to think what crazy headline will make people click. So Hillary really wanted Trump to win, just made everybody click. And so everybody went to the website, he cashed in. Everybody was frustrated by the fact they went to some stupid website. They probably got sold insurance or something, and so it's, to a certain extent, you can say it's a broken system. And some people maintain that if it's based on advertising, it's never going to be healthy. But on the other hand, that's a very simplistic way of looking at it too.